Welcome to BWSC. This is Tyreek Evans and
Urcle, where we bring you all sports all the time.
As you know, this is Black History Month, so we'll be talking about racism in the past. One famous African-American baseball player was Willie Mays. Mays was harassed and suffered at the hands of white supremacists just to play the game he loved. Here's a clip that shows you what Willie Mays went through. Well, that clip was quite redonkulous. Another great African-American baseball player was Hank Aaron. He had the most runs batted in, 2,297, and extra base hits, 1,477. He also had the most home runs, 755, until Barry Bonds passed it up in 2007. Robinson once quoted, "I'm hoping someday that some kid, black or white, hits more home runs than myself. Whoever it is, I'd be pulling for him." We should be glad that an African-American baseball player can now play a sport without having to go through what Mays and Aaron went through. Now let's kick it over to TJ Johnson right after this break.
Nikes, test 1. Go. Reeboks, test 1. Go. Nikes, test 2. Start. Reeboks, test 2.
No, Reeboks
Start.
don't work. Not no Reeboks. Oh! Should've wear Nikes. So you see, Nike I prefer it 3-1 over Reebok. So out with the old, and then with the new. Thank you, Tyreek. Next, we'll move on to our next segment on basketball in the 1950s. There were a few African-American basketball players in the 1950s, but one that really stuck out was Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain was drafted to the NBA in the first round by the Philadelphia Warriors. Through his career, he accomplished many goals, but he is best known for scoring 100 points in a single game.
Take this, haters, that don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya.
Well, that was redonkulous.
The end of our clip.
Alright, so back to Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain was best known as the basketball genius, or at least that's what the fans called him. He was thought of by many spectators of knowing his basketball smarts very well. Wilt Chamberlain was inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame in 1979. He died on October 12, 1999. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah? Oh my God!
Are you being bullied? Do you need help? We'll call 1-800-ANTI-BULLY MACHINE.
Hello? You will? Thanks so much.
I am the anti-bully machine.
Pick on someone your own size.
Anti-bully.
1-800. And we're back. I'm Urcle, and this is
TJ Johnson, and you're watching BWSC.
where we bring you all sports all the time. Now it's time for our soccer segment. Pele is a Brazilian soccer player. According to Time magazine, he was given the title Athlete of the Century by the International Olympic Committee. In the article Pele, that appeared in Time magazine by Henry Kissinger in 1999, Time magazine named Pele one of the 100 most important people of the 20th century. Pele's 1,281 goals are recognized by FIFA as the highest total achieved by a professional soccer player. We'll show you what we mean by going to this clip.
Well, that clip was quite ridiculous.
Where did this guy come from?
Security!
Fire him.
Pele's childhood and rise to greatness wasn't so magnificent. Growing up in poverty, Pele earned extra money by working as a servant in tea shops. He was taught to play by his coach. He could not afford a proper soccer ball and usually played with a sock stuffed with newspaper tied by a string, or a grapefruit. Because of money and race, he wasn't allowed to play on a team until he was 14. That really sucked because he was so good, but he couldn't play with anybody. He must have been so lonely. But in 1956, a friend and coach took Pele to Santos, an industrial city and a port city in the state of Sao Paulo, to try out for a professional club, Santos Football Club. That's where Pele emerged. Xbox 360, your premier gaming experience. No! Is your throat sore? Are you in pain? Try chloroseptic throat spray. Chloroseptic throat spray. Relief when you need it.
And we're back to BWSC. This is still Tyreek Evans and
Ben Dover. Now we're on to the football part of the portion. A great legendary football player was Jim Brown. People discriminated him because he was African American, but he showed them when he got into the league that he could play just as well as the white guys. He ran for 9 touchdowns and caught 1. He ran for 984 yards with an average of 78.5 yards per carry. And now we're going to show you a clip of how well he did under the pressure.
well, that was a quite ridiculous clip.
Well, in that year, he was named Rookie of the Year and MVP, and this began his legendary career with the Cleveland Browns. He once said, "I'm not interested in trying to work on people's perceptions. I am who I am. And if you don't take the time to think about that, then your perception is going to be your problem." What he meant by this is that he's here to play football, not to worry about what people think of the color of his skin. Thank you, everybody, for watching this special edition of BWSC. Have a good night.